Good morning. It's not turned out nice to get grey outside today, guys. I don't like grey. Very nondescript. I mean, I've got a grey t-shirt on, but I don't like grey when the sky is grey. I'd rather it was either pissing down or something. I don't like that. It's not even grey. It's like white, innit? You know what I mean? Rant over. How you doing? You all right? Okay, listen. First of all, there's no LFC news or opinion in this video. Alright, so you can turn off right now. This video is, I need some feedback from you guys that really enjoy being a part of, you know, the Koptalk gig or whatever you want to call it. Put that there. There we go. I just want some feedback from you guys. Now, you know, in relation to the channel, what you guys want is really important to me. And obviously you can have, you know, split opinions. Some people are like, well, I want this, well, I don't. And then you sort of like, oh, what do I do? So you got to call it somewhere in the middle. I don't know. Now, I'm not interested in growing my channel, which some people, like newcomers, might think, well, what are you on here for then? Well, Koptalk.tv is just a side thing from Koptalk.com, which is a website that I set up in the 1990s. And prior to it being a website, it was a very popular Liverpool FC mailing list. I used to email Liverpool news to Reds all over the world. This was at the very infancy of the internet, if you like. There was no Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, official LFC website. There was nothing. You know, I was the first, if you like. Well, one of the first. I was the first. The others weren't even worth thinking about. But anyway, if you don't pick yourself up, nobody else will. No, but it was very popular, and I went to like really extreme levels of keeping Reds up to date about Liverpool Football Club, especially Reds that were overseas, you know, because they had absolutely no access at the time. It was not like today at all. So the website is, you know, the main thing, obviously the members website as well. But, you know, times have changed over the years. So during the time of having the website, obviously, you know, you were then able to make videos and podcasts, and everyone's got a podcast today. But I think we were doing the podcasts, I don't know what year we're in now. We were doing the podcast more than 20 years ago, I think. But then, you know, it would stop and start and stuff like that, depending on time. And things are a lot different now to they were when I first started out, you know. So I have no objective to grow a YouTube channel or anything. If I was like in my 20s, then yeah, you know, if this was my main gig, then you want the numbers to go up. I never check the numbers, ever. I've never checked the numbers of how many VIP members we've got, ever. I've never looked at a spreadsheet. I couldn't care less. The way I look at things, guys, is as long as there's some grub in that fridge, and as long as I can turn that light switch on there and lights come on, that's how I operate in life. If you don't believe that, that's up to you, but that's how things work here. And I want to keep the people that are here happy. Of course, I want new people to come along. I love it when I see someone say, oh, I'm new to your channel, really like your vids. It's great, you know, it really is. But there's no targets or anything like that. Just having a cup of tea. Yorkshire tea biscuit brew. Oh, I love that Yorkshire tea biscuit brew. So there was a few things I wanted to run by you. Now, Spectre mentioned the other day, he's one of the regulars on here. Well, he's mentioned a few times, actually. He said, you know, we were talking about what the stream, you know, we used to do streaming during lockdown, you know, like all day, really. And people were very grateful for it because it, you know, it gave people company, especially if they were isolated. And it gave me company too, you know. I was on my own then. And Spectre said, oh, I really missed the, you know, the gaming stuff. So what I used to do was, you know, I'd go on the Xbox with Smooth, which is my best friend in America, New York State. And I'd just kick back, go on the Xbox, some of you guys would come along, Miserable Martin, for example, and just used to stream on a night, you know. And I'm not a good gamer. I'm a granddad, you know. It's just for me, it's a casual thing. I'm there. I'm happy to support my friends, and it's just a way for me to communicate with Smooth without having to stay on a phone. You know, I like to just put the headset on and chat away. And a lot of you guys liked it. But the reason I did that wasn't to really broadcast the gaming. It was just to enable to have a live stream so that you guys could talk about Liverpool and everything in the comment section. I couldn't pay too much attention, but it was good. You know, it was good, and it was, you know, always an opportunity to go live, to enable the community to talk. And I used to do it on a night time when I was watching football or even watching a film, you know, just put the chat on, because some people are sat at home going, but at least I could come on and talk about Liverpool with the friends. So I want to know if you want me to do that again on here, all right? Now, I want to grow my personal YouTube channel, Duncan Oldham, right? So I'd love it if you go and give that a sub. And the reason I want to grow that is because I want to interact more with you guys about things away from Liverpool Football Club, not politics and shit like that, or discussions about royalty. You know, non-controversial stuff. Kind of like a Koptalk extra time, you know, sort of thing. So I think it would be good to grow my personal YouTube channel. And then I don't have to, you know, I don't know if it would be a good idea to do those sort of videos on here. So for example, I'm going to England at the weekend to see my son, right? Remy's closing the door. Let me open the door. What are you doing? Can you leave this door open, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to go and see Rob, yeah, at the weekend. And I might do some little vids while I'm there. I don't know. I might do it. I might not. And I'm not sure, you know, should I put them over there at Duncan Oldham on that YouTube channel? Or do I put them on here? They're not about Liverpool. But it is about Liverpool fans and Liverpool community. So it also, you know, when you comment those videos, you see some of your friends that you've made through this channel or through the members website or whatever. So I have people that, you know, that are close to me saying you should do them on Duncan Oldham. It's not to do with Liverpool. But then I'll say, well, if you're a member of Koptalk TV and they comment, then it doesn't, you know, it doesn't signify that over there. You know, maybe people would prefer it to be over here. I don't know. Do I create a playlist on here and prefix each video Koptalk extra time or just extra time? And then, you know, don't need to watch that shite, not interested in it. I only want to hear about Liverpool. Don't care that you're going to a concert with your son. Do you know what I mean? So if I go away, you know, travel somewhere on, let's just say on holiday, vacation or whatever, I put the videos over there, right, on your channel, right? Would you agree with that? And if I do the gaming stuff, like stream the gaming stuff, which, you know, would be me, Smooth probably, or just me on my own in an afternoon. Sometimes I jump on for an hour, set a camera up, microphone, can talk to you guys every now and then. Do I put that over there, or do I put that on here for community? I don't know what to do. What I definitely don't want to do is piss you off, you know. But at the same time, there also has to be an element of, hang on, this is community, you know, because you've also got to remember that people that are blocked from commenting in the chat here, that are idiots or whatever, or you know, they've maybe upset someone, had a go at me or had a go at one of you guys, and I just get rid of them. Zero tolerance around these parts, right? It wouldn't be like that over there. We'd have to start again. You know, we'd have to like start, you know, blocking people or whatever. That's not a big deal. But you know, it wouldn't carry over. And those of you that are channel members here, it wouldn't reflect that over there. I kind of think there should be two different channels, but I can't help but think that if I was to kick back and do a bit of gaming on a night time, that people that are here that support the channel can talk amongst themselves and stuff. I don't know. I just would appreciate some feedback on that. And I did buy the gear again yesterday to be able to do this, right? So I've already got the streaming device, the Elgato, but I couldn't find the cables, so I had to buy some new cables yesterday. So I am going to be doing that, because if I, finish my stream, like say last night, it got to about 6 or 7 o'clock. I had a bite to eat. We did the stream yesterday afternoon. I had a bite to eat. And then I was like, right, I'm going to go on, online on the Xbox for an hour, and then I'll watch the Milan derby. So while I'm on that stream for an hour, I could have been streaming on here, which would give you guys an hour to talk to each other, saying, oh, have you seen that about whatever? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not bothered about people coming along and talking about gaming. That doesn't interest me in the slightest. But you can talk about anything. But what I mean is, while I'm like, what's going on, guys? Yeah, right? Yeah, you're like, oh, have you just seen what's come out on, whatever. So I just think that the gaming thing would be good again. Rather than, any opportunity to run a stream where the community can come together has to be a good thing, I think. And I've ordered the parts, the cables and that, and they will come today. And then it's just a case of setting up a computer next to my console and stuff like that, which I guess I will do next week when I get back from England, all being well. I never like tempting fate. So I would appreciate your comments on all of that, please. Going to England this weekend will be the first time I've gone to England without, I tell a lie. It'll be the second time I've gone to England without a laptop. The first and only time that has ever happened before, it was, I was traveling with a lot of stuff, and I was like, well, I'm only going for a short trip. This was to Newcastle last November, and I won't need it. It's quiet on a weekend, blah, blah, blah. And then the news came out about FSG being putting the club up for sale last November while I was in England. Sod's law. I was distraught trying to update the website, on a shitty tablet and a phone. It's really difficult when there's a lot happening. And I remember being in my hotel room saying, I think I'm gonna have to go and buy a laptop just to update the website that day. It was ridiculous. And usually I'll tell you now, if you've been with Koptalk for years, what used to happen is when I used to go away on holiday, which I always work every day, by the way. In 25 years, I've never took a day off from this website, I'm telling you. I used to go on holiday, and I used to dread being on the flight because I would be out of reach and, not on the internet, no connectivity. And I used to land and I'd be like, what's happened? And something would always happen. People would be like, oh my God, don't wait till plane lands. And that always used to happen. These days, we do have connectivity on long haul flights, so that's not too bad. But when I fly to England at the weekend for 2.5 hours or whatever, I'll be sat there going, I wonder if anything's coming out now. And the minute the plane starts to come down through the clouds, I'm one of them guys that puts the mobile on waiting for it to pick up a tower as it comes into land. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, it interferes, we could kill everyone. That's a load of guff. That's just to do with when a phone is flying through the air so fast, it tries to connect to all the different towers and everything, and it causes problems to towers. It can do. I'm not bothered about ruining people's telephone conversations if I need to find out about Liverpool. But that's why they go, don't use your phone and all that. Because, you can use your phone. They even have mobile communications, right, on some flights, long-haul flights. So from what I understand, it's to do with affecting the mass below as you're flying. And so this weekend, I can't take a laptop with me because I don't have one, all right? My MacBook, oi, you little fucker, get off. It's chewing the door. Get off. Can I threaten him with something? My passport. Yeah. Just looked at the side, he's like, little bastard. So I had a MacBook, and my wife visited recently, as you know, from England. And she works on Koptalk every day, even though she's got a full-time job in England. She works, she helps with stuff. And she says to me, oh, my laptop, the space bar's not working on my laptop. I need a laptop. I said, well, you just have to take mine then, won't you? She was like, really? I went, yeah, just take mine, be all right. I don't need one. Because I hadn't used my laptop for ages. And here I am now going to England. And I've bought laptop Windows laptops in recent years, and if you've ever been on a Mac or you're caught up in that operating system, there's just no going back, honestly. So I really want to get a MacBook again, and I think they're about $850 or something like that. It's just a basic one, not a big fancy MacBook Pro or anything. But it all works because, you know, I can record video on this phone now, this iPhone, and airdrop it to a Mac in seconds. You've got iMovie, I can edit stuff when I need to edit stuff. It just works, you know, like for Koptalk. But the revenue's just not there to do that at the minute, and I can't even get it on a credit card or anything. So I'll be able to get one in the summer maybe, but for now, what I was going to ask you was, what are your experiences of Chromebooks? What do you think of those? Because you can pick a Chromebook up for a couple of £100, even under a couple of £100. Now I know someone that's had one, and they said, don't bother, you know, it's like very restricted because you can't install software and stuff, you know, and things like that. But for me, on the move, I don't have to be able to send video to a laptop. That's just helpful. You know, if I'm going away for a few weeks, then yes. But if I'm just going to England for a weekend, you know, a couple of nights, Monday afternoon, for example, I've got to kill 5 or 6 hours in the city by myself. Rob will have gone, and I wouldn't expect him to sit and wait around all day with me. We'll have been to the concert. You get yourself home, son, you know. And I have nothing to do. If I had a laptop with me, I could go and sit down in a cafe somewhere or a bar, and I could work on the website. So I just wondered if any of you guys have got experiences of Chromebooks, you know, because I could get a Chromebook, although that would be a couple of hundred I could put towards a MacBook, which is a bit of a downer. But you know, if it's just for traveling, then all I need to do is get online, which is what a Chromebook is, right? So I can get on the Koptalk website via my browser. I'm sure I can use Microsoft Word via a web-based thing if I want to do that. Is that right? And access OneDrive. Video stuff I can do on my phone. I don't need to record any podcasts or anything on the thing. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe a Chromebook would work. I don't know. Maybe I won't get one on this trip, but it might be something I think about. I don't really want to spend any money at the moment, but I value your opinion. So if you're a student, if you're an adult, you can be an adult as a student. What I mean is, if you're a student or if you're an old fucker like me, you might have used a Chromebook for different things, and if it's just online stuff, would that be okay for what I need? I need to be able to use Twitter, which I can do through a browser, Facebook through a browser, Koptalk members website through a browser, access YouTube through a browser, although I can do that on my phone. So I would appreciate any information you can give me if you've got experiences of a Chromebook. I can wing it, but as you can see, it's bothering me thinking about it, because I don't want to let people down, you know. What else? I made notes about this. I never make notes. Podcast. I think we're going to do a Koptalk podcast episode today. I'm going to go and look at that in a moment. 3 p.m. streams. So the intention is, I was asking guys, you know, when I say guys, I do mean both sexes. I asked you guys yesterday what you thought of having a regular slot where, you know, if you're free, you can jump on. And I'm thinking 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday to Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every weekday, 3 o'clock UK time for an hour or two, just to catch up on what's happened during the day, and other shite as well. What do you think about that? Is that all right? Now, I know 3 o'clock in the afternoon is no good if you're at work, but that's 4 o'clock for me here. And if I start going much later, I mean, even if I went at 4 UK, I don't think that would change much, to be honest with you. But if I start going much later, and then, you know, like I want to be having my dinner and settling down and things like that. And if I start at 4 and do 2 hours, that's 6 p.m. for me. So if I started 2 hours later, it's just, I can't see how I can fit it in. So what do you think about the streams at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every week? All right. People seem to appreciate them. And again, it gives an opportunity for everyone to come together and to talk about things. The one thing I will say about that is there might not be one on Monday next week, so I won't be here. But then again, I'll have a lot of time to kill, so if I can find somewhere to plug my phone in, maybe we will do something. I don't know. So I think that's about it. So I know it's a boring video, but it's like, this is your channel. You know, this is your channel. I want to make you guys as happy as possible. And there is a community here. Jen, for example, you know, she'll drop in on. Jen's lovely. Jen's supported me for years, and she'll come in, and you know, she'll gift a membership to someone, which is so kind, and it's people like that, you know, and everyone loves it when that happens, you know. So yeah, that's it really. It's I just want your feedback. Let me know what you think. How to do things. What do I put on my personal channel? What do I do on here? Do I just upload videos over there and do live streams on here so that the community, you know, I'm talking about gaming, so that when I say gaming, I'm not a gaming nerd at all, and I'm shit, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be any better. I'm quite happy as I am. I go on there for downtime, you know, just to chill. At one time, I was going to create a YouTube channel. I did create a YouTube channel called Dad Can't Play. I could do that, you know what I mean? I could create a new channel, you know, just for gaming. And although there is Dad Can't Play, but I could say to Smooth, hey, do you want to do something together, you know? Because Smooth is like, when you're playing a game with Smooth on one of these games, he's a funny little fucker, do you know what I mean? And he's very loyal. You know, if you get shot in a game, he'll go and hunt that cunt down, you know what I'm saying? And it's quite funny, and I like humour. And there are many times when I've thought, oh, everyone would have laughed at that, because you guys know who Smooth is, just like you know who Rob is and stuff like that. And I will absolutely, if Rob's up to it, you know, I'm sure he'll surface on here over the weekend. His grandma died a couple of weekends ago, so he might not be in the mood for that. But on Sunday we'll be having a drink before we go to the concert. So he'll do as he's fucking told. All right, guys. So I'm sorry this isn't about anything to do with Liverpool. We'll go and talk about Liverpool shortly. I just wanted to have a quick cuppa and get your feedback. And that's it, really. Hope you're all right. What day is it? It's Thursday, isn't it? Won't be seeing the boys tomorrow because obviously I'm away at the weekend, so that would be a big mistake to get lashed up with them tomorrow. Hey, the weight loss is doing all right. It really is. I'm down to 2 ton now. You got to remember, my highest recorded weight, so I could have been higher, was, and I do it in kilograms because I'm in Spain, right? And it's easier for me to record it that way. My highest was 167 kilograms. And when just as the pandemic kicked off, I'd got down to 115. No, I hadn't. 98. I got to 98. 98.1 or something like that. So 167 down to 98. And then the pandemic kicked in and the lockdowns, and I would admit depression, and I don't know if I want to define it as depression, just a lot of pressure and unhappiness and confusion, and it was a weird time. So it went from 98 back up to it went up, and I know that it was, when I restarted this recently, it was 127.4, which really pissed me off. And people started saying to me again, you know, when I'd see him in a pub, they go, all right, big man, you all right? Now that don't bother me. I like that. You know, people coming in and say, all right, big man. You know, and that sticks, doesn't it? You know, I am a big man. Even at 115 or 98, I'm going to be a big man. But it started to become more obvious that I was gaining weight again. So I've got back on it, you know, I've got back on it. You know, every day, today for my lunch, you know, I'll have a cheese and ham omelette, and then tonight I'll have fish. And that's what I've had every single day this week so far, and it's working for me. So I was 127.4 after the pandemic. I've now dropped down Today, I get weighed every day, 117 exactly. So that's 10.4 kilos since I've been talking about it again. So I'm on my way back down again. And I want to get to 98, you know. So I need to be careful in England this weekend. Although the thought of going in a bar in England with Rob and asking for a vodka Diet Coke is going to cost a fortune, and it'll be like that, won't it? And there's just something about going to a bar in the middle of the afternoon and having a vodka. It doesn't feel right. I feel like, you know, I want to go there and have a pint. Do you know what I mean? One of these. But there's more carbs in one bottle of that than I have in an entire day usually. And I'll do a few of them in. You can't cheat on a low carb lifestyle. So what do you think? Do I have a drink with my son? You know, maybe some people can't relate to it. If you don't drink, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe the girls don't get it. But as a fella, or certainly where I'm from, you know, it's a tradition, isn't it? You know what I mean? I don't mean like having a drink, like, well, I do mean having a drink, but I don't mean you've got to drink. I mean, like, I ain't seeing my boy, so should we go for a pint, son? Aye, let's go for a pint. You know, and you go to a pub, traditional pub, not a Ponzi bar, sit down and have a pint, a nice ice cold pint together. It's a man thing, or it's certainly a northern thing from where I'm from. And I just can't imagine going in, can I have a vodka Diet Coke, please? And getting about that much. It's not like Spain when it's like that. But the downside is, if I neck loads of cider, am I going to put loads of kilos on and then come home and go and get weighed on Tuesday and go, oh, fucking hell, or do you still have to have life a little bit? What do you think? Because I ain't seen Rob for 18 months, I think. Sure, it's 18 months. And it might be another 18 months. I don't know. So I want it to be a good Sunday afternoon. I want to have a few drinks. I want to go to the concert feeling happy. Do you know what I mean? Now, some people say, don't need a drink to feel happy. Well, that's true, and neither do I. But what I mean is if I have a drink, I just feel good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, let's dance away and all that. Otherwise, I'll be sat there going, hey, it's really good, this, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You know how it goes. I'm not for 1 minute suggesting you got to have a drink to have a good time. But I don't like being sat in the company of people that are drunk when I'm sober. That's one of the worst things ever. So, that's enough waffle. I hope you give me some feedback. I'll be with you shortly. I do appreciate you guys. I keep saying it all week, I need to update the list of supporters in the video description. These are not necessarily channel members or VIP members or people that support the podcast. These are people that have hit the super thanks button. It's my new favourite feature. I didn't even know how it works. I like it. Super thanks, that's like, boom, get yourself a pint, fuck the vodka, sort of thing, you know what I mean? Super thanks, I like that. But anyone that supported the stream, like on a Saturday night, your name should be in there. And if your name isn't there, please, just leave a comment to here saying, I'm not on there, can you do that? Because that'll help me, because I've got to go through a list of everybody. So if you just tell me, I can go, all right, I can add him, I'll find you, whatever. It just makes things a little easier for me, that's all. It's really important to show appreciation to people. And all them people, in that video description, go and have a look. You'll see them around these parts. It really makes a difference, guys. It really does. And, when people support me, you get your money from YouTube once a month or something like that, once a month. It goes in the bank. It doesn't stay in the bank, I can assure you. It doesn't go in a savings pot or out like that. It comes in, it pays bills. That's exactly how it works. And it doesn't, there's no luxuries out like that. I wish there was. Otherwise I'd be buying myself a new MacBook, wouldn't I? So that's a bit obvious, really. But it means a lot to me, and you guys make it possible. There's a guy on here recently, he sent like 15 quid or something like that via PayPal, and he said, get yourself lunch done. And I thought it was amazing. If you are that guy, please get in touch with me, because I can't find you on PayPal, and it's hurting me so much, man, because I don't know what date it came through. So you can email me, dunk@koptalk.com, or you can leave a comment. I'll remember the name when I see it. But yeah, just really appreciate it. And do you know what? Guys? We did make Koptalk TV great again, didn't we? you remember a few months ago I said let's make Koptalk TV great again, because my videos were hit and miss. It wasn't because I didn't have effort or anything. It was because I was lacking inspiration because of the club, because of the owners, and it can be a bit soul destroying under FSG. And how can you go on there and be all, hey guys, how's it going? And I said, let's make Koptalk TV great again. And you guys have made Koptalk TV great again, because even though I'm stood in his kitchen having a cup of tea with that shite photograph, or what's it called, behind me picture, it's nothing to do with me, that picture, by the way. And it's there for a reason, as many people know on here. When that comes down, it'll be set on fire. All right, if it comes down. Is it going to come down, Dunk? I genuinely don't know. Some days I think yes, then other days it's like, no, it's not going to come down. Anyway, but even these videos of, I have a recording studio, like a really good room with all the lighting and everything, but you guys seem to like these quick videos when I'm making a cup of tea or something. And because of your support, right, because of the people in the video description of my channel members, it makes it possible. And I tell you why that is, right? One, it inspires you and you think, I don't want to let anyone down, right? I can't have someone coming along saying, hey, don't get yourself dinner, or hey, don't, get a pint or a coffee or whatever, however they want to phrase it, and then go, yeah, whatever, can't be bothered to make a video today because I'm depressed with FSG. So you can't do that. But for as long as I'm making a video on here now, this is now 32 minutes long nearly, that's taking me away from Koptalk, right? And other things I could be doing. So you've got to focus on what pays the bills. And that is the God's honest truth with this, the Koptalk gig, if you like. You've got to do what pays the bills. So I can't justify being on YouTube for hours and hours and hours every day if the support's not there. Does that make sense? I've got to be like, well, that's all very good. I love doing the videos, but that ain't going to pay the bills, So you've got to say, right, well, I'm going to do an editorial or something, And the videos, because of you guys, you have made Koptalk TV great again. I'm enjoying Koptalk more now than I ever have. At the moment, I feel like I'm not doing enough written work, especially for the members and that. But there is absolutely nothing really credible to talk about like that at the moment. Whereas in a video, you can come on and quickly go this. And I do think the members' website is a lot of that is now brief summaries and things like that. And I do have intentions as well. This might interest you guys, I don't know. Moving forward at some point, my intention is to offer what's called a Koptalk membership, and you'll be able to get that via either here, YouTube. So if you become a channel member on here, even at the basic tier, you'd be considered a Koptalk member. The same on the podcast at Patreon. Facebook as well. If you're on the Facebook page, you'd be able to become a member on there. And then eventually Twitter when we get subscriptions. And that will mean that you can join your favourite platform, the one you like most. Like for me, I love Twitter, right? At Duncan Oldham, at Koptalk TV, at Koptalk, at Koptalk members, at Koptalk podcast, all on Twitter. You can become a member of the one that you think, well, I like this, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the extra videos and all the extra podcast episodes and all the juicy text updates on all of those platforms, right? And then above that, we are going to have the Koptalk VIP membership like we have now, the members website, where all of that stuff's going to be on there and more. Like if you've got time to participate in community and to see what a lot of people are saying, and want to be in the chat that's on the members website, then that will be another option for you if you want that. And I think that will work. What do you think? I think that will work. The only thing is, we're going to have to go down the route of being a channel member on here, for example. The top tier, I might do away with it. I don't know, or whatever tier it is, because it's so difficult to find out who's on those tiers and then to give them access to the members website, and it's just literally taking up too much time. It needs to be fully automated. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're a channel member on here and you don't renew, it just drops you off. We don't know about it. When I say we, I mean like me and the people that help me with these kind of things. And the same with the podcast. If you're a patron on podcasts and you drop out, I don't get an email telling me that, but I don't have to worry about locking you out because the system does it. I don't want to lock anyone out. I don't even like membership or subscriptions, but it's the way of the world, unfortunately. And so then people will be able to join here if they want to. They want to, I love the vids, I like to be part of the community. But if you want to be on the members website, you're going to have to do that separately. Do you know what I mean? Maybe there would be a different link to do that. I don't know. But I do think that it will benefit a lot of you that maybe aren't on the members website. And it means you'll be able to support and get access to all that stuff on those different platforms. Maybe it's too confusing at this time of day. But it's just impossible to offer, to get people on the members website and then try and see if they're still, subscribed on here or a member. I can't even explain what I mean. It's very, very difficult and time consuming. And I can't afford to pay someone to do that, and I certainly can't do it myself. So that's something we're going to have to address. And the members website, I want that to be automated so someone can just go along, join it. If they don't want to stay, they leave, and it's all taken care of automatically. So there will be changes coming ahead. I will let you know about it. And listen, Koptalk time is forever time. All right, it takes me forever to do things because I am busy. So this might not happen for a year. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. I mean, like when Twitter offers subscriptions, I'd like to be able to say, right, you can become a member for £1 a month or something like that. Or I don't know. It's just about balance, and it's not, to me, it's not a membership fee. It's a donation. It's a contribution to help do all this shit, really. And it's just the way of the world. Like when Koptalk first started, we didn't have any of this shit, and I hate it. I hate this shit. But I tell you what, the positives of it are is that when you have a membership, it limits morons for a start, because people are not going to pay to be on the members website, for example, and then come and disrupt it. So it cuts that out. It cuts the rival fans out, which I like the rival fans, but I'm talking about the divvy ones. And it also gives you a bit of privacy. There are definitely things that I would like to talk about, but there's no way I would put them out publicly. Now, it's not the end of the world if someone sees those things, but I did a video about God Save the King. It was titled the other day. It was nearly an hour long, but I didn't put that out publicly in the end, because I know that when you start talking about controversial subjects, politics and stuff, and sadly it is associated to football in this instance, because obviously the God Save the King was played at Anfield. I opted for a more quiet level. I'm just going to put that on there for the members. I didn't put it on the members website, but you're not missing anything. If you want me to, I will. There's nothing in it about any news or anything like that. But I just thought, what, I can't be doing with it. Like people having heated discussions about things. So I wanted to keep it private so that would be limited. You're always going to get heated discussions. Well, so the point I'm trying to say is sometimes by having a restricted area or a more private community is good, because you can have a more quiet life. Things that could potentially not help the club are kept a little bit more quiet. So, I appreciate all your feedback with all of these topics. And if you don't want to comment and you've got feedback, email me, dunk@koptalk.com, DUNK, because I take on board what you say. Everyone, people haven't got money to throw around left, right, and centre on subscriptions. Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime, Koptalk. Do you know what I mean? And I'm very conscious of that. And I would love to just go, right, it's 99p a month, that's it, or £1. That's it. But sometimes people won't even do that, even if they can. They're happy to come along and, you know, watch everything, but they wouldn't even put 99p in. Some people are just like that, you know what I mean? They're not obliged to, but some people have not got the attitude of some of you guys that go, yeah, nice one, I can do it. You know what I mean? So if you think of it from my point of view, do you try and get one person at £1, or do you try and get do you try and get 3 people at £1, or do you get one person at 3? I would rather have the higher numbers, to be honest with you. You know, I would rather have the higher numbers. You know, when I say higher numbers, I mean quality people. But I welcome your feedback on it. I'm extremely transparent about everything that I do on here, and you know, I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are making an absolute fortune, and that's good on them. But I've got morals, I've got principles. Someone came on here the other day and said, if you put a green screen behind you, you get a lot more viewers. And I know they're just trying to help, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to impress anybody. I just want to be raw and real. And I think I attract a certain type of person on here. You know, the kids might not want to watch me. That's cool. They go and watch the all exciting stuff and get sucked in on shit. On here, I'm keeping it real. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to stand here in front of that shit fucking picture, and I'm going to have a cup of tea and talk to the people that I seem to connect with. Does that make sense? So we have made Koptalk TV great again. I think we've secured that objective. Because I'll be honest with you, at that point I was like, right, I either have to do this, you know, find the enthusiasm, or I'm going to jack the YouTube in, I'm going to jack the podcast in, I'm just going to be on the members website. But I absolutely, you know, I would miss interacting with everybody. And, you know, the Saturday night streams on here are amazing. So that's what we're going to do with the members things in the future at some point. So you'll be able to become a member via any of those platforms. But if you want to be on the members website, that's going to be a completely different kettle of fish. But I'll do it in the most fairest way possible. I just can't do it all by myself. And the other thing, of course, that I want you to give your feedback on is, do you use a Chromebook? Do you have any experience you think it would work for me? Podcast today, all being well. The gaming stuff, do we do it on here on a night time, for example, or afternoon, so you guys get an opportunity to talk to each other and kick back at the same time? Or do we do something called Koptalk Extra Time or something on my other channel? I don't know. If I'm doing videos out and about, like, all right, guys, yeah, I'm up with Rob. Do I do that over there? Do I do it here? I don't know. And that's it. So I do appreciate feedback. I know it's probably like not a very exciting video, but I'm not bothered about who finds it exciting or not. This is about, you know, respecting the people that support my channel. The people that support my channel, they will be watching this video, so therefore it's important that I listen to their needs, what they want me to do. And I also think a lot of people say, don't give a fuck what you do, Dunk, I'll be here regardless. So that's pretty cool. So if you've got an opinion, let me know. If you don't want to put it in, you know, out there for people to see, email me, dunk@koptalk.com. And that's it, all right? So super long video. I'm sorry that it's not fabulous, you know, exciting, but it's important to me. All right, guys, I'll speak to you in a bit. All right, still grey.